in the world.
What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. I don't know why I'm yelling. Oh, right. It's because I'm on YouTube. Welcome to Whoop Wednesday. We are going to take a look at 2 different sizes of tinywhoop.com's brand new Danger Onesies Red Rocket. Watch the red rocket. It'll get you. Don't ignore the red rocket when you're around big animals. They'll get you. Careful. The red rocket knows. I'm out of focus. Fuck. Hold on. That should be good. Red Rocket Danger Onesie 0802 and 0702 30,000 kV. 30,000 kV. Just a simply absurd amount of kV. Let's see if I can destroy all my batteries. Look at this. Look what I built last night. those of you that wanted to see this build, sucks to be you. I realized pretty recently that, like, I try to only build when I'm streaming, but I don't stream enough to get the number of builds done that I want and or need to get done. So yeah, I need to do more building outside of the live streams. And that's what I did last night at around like midnight. I was like, you know what? I want to get this done. So I did. I got it done. This is the GetFPV Lumineer QAV Pro Freybott something or other. 2.5 inch propellers, box frame, old school box frame. Does this shit, those of you that have been around a long time, does this frame design take you back? It certainly takes me back. We've kind of come full circle. I did a couple of really cool things on the inside of this build. I mounted the, so it's a pusher rig. This is, you're looking at the top. It's right side up right now. So what I did is I built the entire top here, the entire top plate, with the motors and the ESC. There are 20 by 20 holes in both the top and bottom plates. So the top plate is the motors and the ESC, and then the bottom plate is everything else. Flight controller, Vista, camera. The top plate even has the capacitor zip tied down to it. And then the connection between the top and the bottom plate is just the ESC to flight controller cable, which you might be able to see down in there. Let me give you a little bit more light. It turned out really good. I've never had a build like this before, but yeah, it worked really well building it this way, and I'm super happy with it. And it's hard to show you guys. There you go. So on the bottom there is the flight controller, and then you've got the little cable going from that to the ESC, which you're looking at on the top of the screen. Here's a look from the other side. And then the Crossfire is on top of the Vista, and I've got RCX 1306 6,000 kV motors on this, and I've got the motor scale down to like 70% just to get me started. These are motors that are sold by MyRCMart. The reason why I went with these motors is that this top plate here is only drilled for 9x9. These RCX 1306s are the biggest motors that you can get that are a 9x9 mount, and I want this thing to have as much power as possible, because this is what I'm hoping to chase the American crit cyclists with. I just did like a simple zip tie for this, and then a couple of zip ties for the Crossfire on the back here. I've got the cables running under the Vista. Man, I'll tell you what, the tolerances on this frame are really tight. I was like, oh, I can probably swing 3-inch props. Nah, bro, not even like an ethos. So I put the Vista in here sideways so that the USB port would be facing outwards, which is kind of slick. But the problem with doing that was the tolerances are so tight here on the propellers that, like, it's just crazy. Like the gap between the propeller and I'm not gonna be able to show it to you, but yeah, it's really tight, man. The prop damn near hits the Vista, and then I've got the MIPI cable coming out. I'm gonna have to like hot glue this or something, this MIPI cable up and out of the way, because if it falls down like this even a little bit, the prop hits it. And then on this side, these 30 gauge wires, like the prop is just grazing those 30 gauge wires. So yeah, a little sketchy, but it should be fine. There's really no reason for those wires to come out. And I did cut them awful short, so they're pretty tight in here. But yeah, so there you go. There's the QAVS build. I test hovered it. The motors are getting a little warm. I don't know. I'm gonna do a black box log and probably bug Brandon's Baked Beans to take a quick look at it, hopefully. Speaking of Brandon's Baked Beans, Brandon's Beans here on YouTube and on what's that other website with the little icon? Discord. He will help you tune your rigs with the use of black box and all the other good stuff for $1 a minute, which is a hell of a deal. So Brandon's Beans, he's usually in the chat. I don't see him here yet tonight, but yeah, he can help you tune. I also have tuning services, but I don't use black box. I tune by just like knowledge, just kind of being in the game here for 6 years. And I tune by ear, and I tune by like what you tell me, basically, and also like the mechanical system and stuff like that. But if you want to get even more down and dirty with tuning, Brandon's Baked Beans is your guy. He's helped me out quite a bit. He's an awesome dude, and yeah, I'm gonna be bugging him because this is weird. You know, this is a weird setup with a weird set of motors. It's a pusher. It's yeah, it's all kind of sort of all over the place, but I'm pretty excited for this, man. I think this might be a pretty interesting way to film their bikers, but we'll see. We'll see if it's fast enough. We'll see if it wants to behave. It's got a Talon F7 in it, Speedix GS25 ESC, which used to be my favorite ESC, but they stopped making it. 20x20, and yeah, the RCX 1306 6000s, and it's got some jam for sure. It's also got these little elastic battery straps up on top, which are kind of interesting. You can just pop them down. Pretty cool little build. Hopefully I can get it flying right, and I don't really. I guess I could, I don't know. We'll see how the motor heat is with the current payload. I think it's at like, so this is only a 4S 650, so I think you got to add like 20 grams to this. I plan on flying this on 4S 850s, but with this 650, I think it's a GNB. Look at that. 250.6 grams. So with one less zip tie, or without the TPU balance lead holder, this would be 250 grams. With the 4S 850s, it's 270. I crashed it on the first battery, but it seems to have held up totally fine. Yeah, I'm excited for this. This could be really fun. I think I'm gonna build the AOS 3.5 next. Not sure when, but I think that's gonna be the next build. So yeah, it's done, and I can start breaking it. So happy days are here at last. Let me put this out here. Patrick is coming over tonight. Excited for that. Me and him will hang out a little bit. Ugh. Hingus. In the chat, Dead Chicken FPV was first, Chopper FPV was next, Grizz FPV, Alec Dvornik, CMYK, Dusty Joe, Paul McDonald, Frank Nicholas, Danzilla the Terrible, Airway Vant, Frenzy Incarnate, Squints FPV is here. What up, Adam? Chopper Girl, Airway Vant again, Tuner Taxi, Paul McDonald, Flush FPV, CH3 FPV, CMYK again, Dan636, Suspander, Synthetic OG, Cheesehead, Huff19, Danzilla the Terrible, Metal Dirtskin, CH3 again, Jory, Cheesehead, Northern Tier, Lifted Vista, I think I got everybody. Charles Marseille, if you want the gangly man to read your name, you gotta get in early, you gotta say something. I feel like I'm still out of focus. Having focus paranoia now. If you want to talk directly to me, all you got to do is type my name, CiottiFPV, into the chat, and it'll light up in orange. This is my full-time job. If you want to support me, head on over to CiottiFPV.com and just literally click all the buttons. Discord, Fiverr, Etsy, Teespring, and a whole bunch of affiliate links. Click the affiliate links. Next time you're doing an order on Amazon for anything or FPV order, think of your friends that create content, that are trying to do this for a living. Using our affiliate links is a completely free way to support us, and it really makes a huge difference. So think about us next time you're ordering yourself something nice, and you know, we can afford to live. What do you think of that? CMYK tagged me and said, how we doing today? I'm great, my friend. Hopefully you are as well. Denzel the Terrible says, here we go. Here we go. A wonderful evening to you, Mr. CiottiFPV. Thank you, Danzilla. 200 Hexy says, what's up? No One FPV says, evening. Synthetic OG says, they build the 5-inch QAV Pro bind and fly the same way with the stack. That's pretty cool. I've not heard good things about the 5-inch QAV Pro, mainly though from people that are trying to pick up a camera that's too heavy on it. I don't know what camera it's for. I don't know what payload that rig has in mind, but I don't know. The frame seems fine. It's just a matter of being realistic. So with the payload, it's definitely not, in my opinion, for a GoPro. Although maybe, I don't know. I guess you could throw a GoPro on it. I don't know. I think there's a misconception that thing is for picking up medium format cameras, Aris, Komodos, that kind of stuff, and it ain't. Like, I get the whole Cinewhoops are underpowered thing, but I don't think it's for that. I think it's for like that really lightweight Blackmagic or something, or maybe even a GoPro. So yeah, it's interesting. That's cool that they build it out the same way. I like that. Huff19 says, what's up? CH3 says, which props are those on the QAV? Those are the Gemfan 2540s. I have a shitload of different propellers that I'm going to try out on that rig, but I know that these Gemfan 2540s are well balanced and a good propeller, so I'm going to start with these until I get the motor heat under control. Hold on, guys. I got batteries about to go up. Woo! Hold on. Jesus. That, my friends, is why you do not leave the room when batteries are charging. I heard it just start hissing and venting, and yeah. Be right back, hold on. Yikes. First time for everything, yo. Hold on. I'm going to put it in a lipo bag outside. Damn, yo. Okay. All right. I see you. Okay, so yeah, if you're gonna parallel charge, the batteries stay inside of a lipo bag. That's why it took me so long to get it, because I had to get it out of the lipo bag. The batteries stay in a lipo bag, and you never charge unattended. Yeah, that's it. Like, straight up. Those are the two big, most important things. Because with parallel charging, the charger's just going to keep pushing. Because it's got more than that one. Like, in theory, if you're just charging that one single bad battery, the cells are going to act really funny, and the charger is going to detect that and shut shit down. Whereas with parallel charging, you've got other batteries on there that are fine, and so the charger doesn't understand, so it just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. So that's what she said. So you got to keep them in a lipo bag, and you can't leave the room. Don't leave the room. That was a little 4S850. It would have shot some fire. It happened at like 3.7 volts, so that's per cell. So that's usually kind of fine. They don't really get violent until you get up above 4 volts per cell. But yeah, there you guys go. There's your reminder. Jesus. The sound that it makes is just like a hissing sound. If you haven't had one let go yet, it's just a pretty specific, like, kind of sound. So if you hear that sound, something's going on. Figure it out. Wow. Creepy shit, yo. 6 years in, first time a battery has let go during parallel charging. In fairness, I did accidentally discharge that battery down too low, and one of the cells dropped down to 0. So I hooked it up to the parallel board with a couple of other batteries to bring that cell back up. It looked like that cell was fine. It looked like it had recovered. But here's the thing. I didn't wait long enough. When you bring a cell back up, if it's okay, it'll stay at the same voltage. If it's not okay, it'll slowly decrease in voltage. I was being a little bit impatient, and it looked like the cell voltage was sitting. What you want to do is wait a half an hour, wait an hour, put it in a fireproof bag, wait, write down that cell voltage, come back and make sure that it's not dropping voltage. If it's dropping voltage, get rid of it. I bet you this one was doing that. If it's not dropping voltage, it's still a hand grenade with the pin pulled, so be careful. But yeah, there you guys go. Careful. Be careful. So here are the props that I'm going to run on that thing. Gemfan 2540s. I'm going to try the Gemfan 5-blade 2.5-inch props. I've also got these 8-blade HQs. They're called T63 by 8. And then I've got what I have a feeling I'll land on are these Emax Avan Scimitar 2.5 by 1.9s. These are just a brilliant propeller. I'm also going to try it on these HQ 6-blades, because why not? And I've also got the Gemfan tri-blade, the ducted 63 millimeters. So yeah, a whole bunch of different props that we'll try this rig on to see which ones agree with the PID loop the most, and or are the quietest, and or best performing, blah blah blah. Insert dick joke here. So that'll be fun. But tonight, it's whoop time. Let me get caught up on chat here. No One FPV says evening. Synthetic OG says we got that. Huff19 says what's up. CH3 says, oh no, we got that. I'm caught up to there. Oh, of course, YouTube just did the thing. Fuck off. Shirt of the day is a BQE Rip Squeak shirt. Metal Dirtskin says the FPV Cycle 16mm motor is 9x9 mount. I haven't tried it because I couldn't think of an application for it, but that might be the one. Interesting. I've been looking for an excuse to try that motor. I'm afraid of them because they're so notchy, but I guess the problem with that motor would be not enough KV. This is a 2.5-inch rig. No, you know what the real problem is going to be is prop selection. So that that motor is a 3mm shaft, which basically means that you're only going to be able to run an M5 hub propeller on it, and not a single one of these 2.5-inch propellers has an M5 mount. So that 16mm motor will not work, and I do not know of any 2.5-inch props that are M5 mount. So yeah, unfortunately that motor won't work. That's super annoying. I guess technically speaking, I could get a 3mm drill bit and try to drill these 1.5mm center holes out, but I mean, if you get it even a little bit wrong, it's a big problem. So I'm probably not going to go down that road. Great thought though, Metal Dirtskin. I hate that I was able to shoot it down so quickly. Airway Vant says, sweet t-shirt bro, what is it? BQE Ripsqueak. Synthetic OG says, it is slow and short flight time with a big cam, but really screams with action cam, but not nimble due to weight. Handles light wind well though. So mine isn't going to have any payload. It is just for carrying the DJI around. So hopefully that'll be a little bit better. I will probably never use the little foam bumpers. That's not true. I will absolutely use these foam bumpers because in between races, at these American crit events, there's always like a carnival vibe, basically. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So I'll be able to put these bumpers on and fly it around people, which will be pretty cool. Here's where the battery almost exploded. 661 says, was that a 1S Whoop LiPo or bigger? 4S 850. T-Bird says, what's up, ugly? Arizona says, why is it that my charger charges my batteries to 4.18 volts? Your charger probably charges them to 420, but then they tend to drop down a little bit. Harbles FPV with a weed number super chat, $4.20. He says YOLO. Thank you so much, Harbles. I'm going to use that $4.20 to buy another 4S 850 because that was one of the batteries that I use. Airway Vant says, I flattened a brand new Thunder Power 6S LiPo and was able to retrieve it. For the record, guys, when you retrieve a battery, let me put it this way. If you have a battery that any of the cells drop down below, like, let's say 3.3 volts or 3.2 volts, if you want to be totally insane, 3.5 volts, that battery, mark that battery, put red tape on it. That battery is now a liability. Like, I recover them all the time, but I always make sure that I mark those batteries in some way so that I know that that's a sketchy battery. And because there are times that I will charge while I'm in the shower or something like that, but not with a fucking sketchy battery. Not with a sketchy battery on the charger, absolutely not. If you're ever putting one of those sketchy batteries on the charger, you need to be in the room, you need to have it in a bag, you need to be, ready for it to burn your shit down. Cool? 661 says, Gemfan 2540 props fly nice but break super easy. Surprisingly, the best 2.5-inch prop is found is the Azure 2540. I don't really like any other Azure props except for the 2.5. I didn't have any luck with the Azure 2540. It was unbalanced for me. Well, it wasn't that bad, but it was less balanced than the Emax. The Emax AVAN 2.5 Blur or similar, I forget what it's called, Rush maybe. That's been my absolute favorite of the 2.5-inch propellers. The Gemfan 2540s are absolutely fragile. The blades are really thin and they bend at the hub. But good God, do they fly well? They've got a really aerodynamic blade shape. You can hear it. They're like nice and quiet. So are the Emax props though. They're nice and quiet as well. Yeah, I did not have luck with those Azure props. They were just basically I switched from a Gemfan prop to those, and the PID loop all of a sudden was just angry. And I took them off, went back to the Gemfan props thinking like maybe I broke the frame or something, and all was well. And then I went back to the Azures and the PID loop went banana pants again. So yeah, not the best balanced you know, that could have been a rig that had a really, really aggressive PID tune, though. So, but when it comes to propellers being out of balance even a little bit, I tend to just write them off, because the last thing I need is, like, the micros struggle with their PID tunes as it is. They struggle to be absolutely perfect, especially with prop wash. They have a hard time with it. With an unbalanced propeller, you're never going to be able to get the PID tube as aggressive as you could. So yeah, that was my experience. Maybe they've changed if they've fixed the mold. I don't know. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. So, yeah, maybe they're fine by now. Metadirtson says, but I doubt it. Metadirtson says we should pester Gemfan Mike to make some convertible T-mount 5mm 2.5 Cinewhoop props. I don't know about that. 2.5 inch. There is a pretty serious efficiency increase when you go from 2.5 inch to 3 inch, which is why 2.5 inch is really only popular with naked GoPros and whatnot. And the motors that make sense for that payload are all T-mount. So that would be a little bit of a tough sell. All that being said, I think Gemfan is moving almost all of their propellers over to the dual mounting setup. So, but I think that requires a new mold. So, and 2.5 inch is not all that popular. So, like, eventually the Gemfan after they sell out of all the ones they have, eventually, in theory, their 2.5 inch props will have the dual hub, but I wouldn't hold my breath. And even that 1606 motor, I don't think it's a high enough KV. And even if I ran it up on like a 6S battery, I would have to switch to the ESC. I don't think there would be enough KV to warrant that big of a can. 1606 is huge, I think it's 1605 and a half. That's huge. That's a shitload of stator volume. Even the Gemfan 5 and HQ 8 blade 2.5 inch props, I don't know if they would. I think that would be a significantly under-propped setup, over-motored setup. But I will know more because I know what the stator volume is on those 1306s, so I'll know more. That's one of the things I'm really interested in, is to put that rig on those HQ8 blades and the Gemfan 5 blades and see how those 1306s do. I assume that they're going to be a little over-propped, but we'll see. We will see. Cool, we're all caught up. So let's move the chat over. And I'm going to move over to the Workbench and start cranking away to get a couple of rigs set up with these 30,000 kV motors from tinywhoop.com. Jesse is checking for me on the gauge of the wire used in the windings, and basically how often that wire gauge is changed as the KV increases on the motor. So if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, the way that motor manufacturers change the KV of a motor is by putting more or less winds on each of the stator poles. As the KV goes up, the number of winds on each stator pole goes down. So that's how you increase the KV. The amount of copper, so the copper is, and that's what the windings are made of. The copper is what does the work. And so if you're just going to have less winds on the on each stator pole, you're going to have less copper, right? And what that'll do is that'll actually decrease the amount of torque or power that the motor can produce. The motor will still be willing, if it's unloaded enough, like if there's no propeller on it, for example, it'll still be willing to go up to that incredibly high KV, but once you put a propeller on it and load it down, there's a chance that it won't have enough torque to spin the actual propeller up to that high KV. So what we've seen before in motors is that they'll spec the KV out too high, and the motor actually won't be able to. And I mean, you can kind of screw around with that by like going to a lower pitch propeller or a propeller with less blades. So it's you got to think of it holistically, right? Like we always talk about. But that's sort of the long and short of it there. Now, so what motor manufacturers are supposed to do is change the to prevent that from happening, right? What they're supposed to do is change the gauge, the thickness of the copper at each different KV. Each individual KV should have a specific thickness of copper, so that across the board in all of their different KVs, the amount of copper is the same, and then the amount of winds is what changes. Since we demand everything be incredibly inexpensive in this hobby, what some motor manufacturers will do is, so to the machines that wind these motors, there's setup time, right? Like you got to set the machine up, like with many things in the world. Well, to save on setup time, what some of these companies will do is just leave the same gauge of wire. So what'll happen is the lowest KV motor will be the correct one for the gauge of wire, mainly because if the gauge of wire is too thick and then you put a shitload of winds on there for a low KV, it can run out of space, right? So like the lowest KV motor is the one where they will typically spec out the correct gauge of wire to give you as much copper as possible. This is one of the kind of like behind the scenes reasons that it can potentially, it's a better bet to get the 6S KV motors if you're going to run 6S on a 5-inch freestyle rig, for example, just in case the company is not changing their gauge of wire. By you buying the 6S lower KV, you're kind of guaranteeing yourself that that you're going to get the proper amount of winding material in there. See what I'm saying? This is one of the things that worries me when a company has like 5 different KVs. It's like, I know they're not, and I don't know, but I'm just saying this. I know that they're not changing that gauge of wire out between every single one of those runs. Unless they're selling a lot of the motors, then potentially they can have one machine set up with each gauge of wire. But you know what I'm saying, right? So I asked Jesse if he could check how. So with his new run of motors, he's got like 22,000 kV, 25,000 kV, 27,000 kV, 30,000 kV, right? So technically speaking, there may be a happy model. Happy model should be changing the wire gauge out with each one of those KVs. I really doubt that they are. I really doubt that they're changing it out at every single KV. So what we want to try to figure out is which KVs they're changing the gauge of wire out, because with tiny whoops, man, like horsepower is everything. A lack of power is the biggest problem with a tiny whoop. And so, for example, right, I had the 0802, I had the tiny whoop 0802 27,000 kV motors a while ago, and I back-to-back those against the Happy Model 25,000 kV motors, which look very similar, and I think they're the same thing. I think they're both made by but nowadays this current run of Cinewhoop motors are very obviously made by Happy Model. Like, oh, fuck. Here's a Happy Model 0802. Here's a Cinewhoop.com Danger Onesie 0802. Like, they're the same. They're very obviously the same thing. What is really nice though about the Cinewhoop motors is that they have that PCB, which is really nice. The Happy Model motors don't have the PCB, so the Cinewhoop motors are absolutely worth it. With the PCB, you can remove your pigtail here and solder a new one on, or you can even put a newbie drone specific with the smaller plug on here. So yeah, the Cinewhoop motors are great, and the Happy Model motors are the ones that make the most power. So I love that Jesse had Happy Model do these motors. But okay, so yeah, so I compared the 25,000 kV Happy Models to the 27,000 kV Cinewhoops long ago. This is over a year ago, and the Happy Model 25,000s made more power. I was running them on the Gemfan quad blades at the time. I should have been running them on the Gemfan triblades. The Gemfan triblades might have allowed the 27,000 kV motors to spin up to their max kV. But with the quad blades on them back then, the 27,000s just kind of couldn't get there. So what my guess was, and this is still what I think happened, is that they didn't change the wire gauge between the 25 and the 27,000 kV. That is conjecture. I could be totally wrong by that. I could be totally wrong, but it certainly looked like that was the case, right? And it makes a lot of sense. The quad blade 1.2 inch props were loading down the motor quite a bit. That's a very draggy, heavy prop. And if they use the same wire gauge, then yeah, the 27,000s literally had less copper in them, which would have them making less power, like less all-around power and torque. And when you've got a propeller that demands a lot of power and torque, right, that's going to show itself basically, and you're going to be able to really notice that pretty easily. And the difference was like definitely, like it was definitely noticeable. Those 27,000 still flew fine, but yeah, the 25s were much more at home on those quad blades, and they felt better. So hopefully on this current run, Happy Model changed the wire gauge more often. What I'm really hoping is that with these 30,000s, they change the wire gauge. I can kind of, with how cheap these motors are, I can totally understand and kind of be like, all right, I get it. With Happy Model not changing the gauge between like the 25 and the 27,000s, you know, the 27,000s, put them on a biblade, right? And then I wish they would change the gauge, but you know, these motors are cheap. Like we can't have everything, you know, cheap, good, fast, pick two. So yeah, I get it. I totally get it, but I ain't happy about it, right? So yeah, that's kind of the situation. I'm hoping that Jesse is now at I.O., so he's probably not going to get back to me until after I.O. But we might actually know here tonight. We might figure out tonight what's going on with all this, because we are going to do some straight up head-to-head testing here. We're gonna so I've got these 0702 30,000s on here. These guys are going to get biblades. Matter of fact, let's do that right now. These guys are going to get the 1.2-inch biblades. And hopefully, that's going to be a good combo. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic that this is going to be a good little setup here. But it still might be too much KV and not enough motor stator. High right, high left, high left. Cool. So, and I'm going to make sure that I put the right propellers on the right motors this time. So this could be pretty cool. I'm pretty goddamn sure that these 0702s, so the 0702s that I just took off of here are 26,000 kV. And these were a little bit too small for the Gemfan triblades. So I'm all but certain that these Gemfan biblades would have been better on these 0702 26,000s. I'm kind of damn sure that these are what these 30,000s are going to kind of need. Not need, but, you know, enjoy. And when we talk about all this, right, like, whoa, why is that so loose? That's what she said. Nope, that's what he said. I don't know. Jesus. That's kind of loose butthole there. I don't know about that. Who knows what loose butthole is from? Who knows what show that's from? If these are too loose, it's an easy fix. You take a little pin, like a clothespin or something that'll fit in the hole of the propeller. You put a tiny little bit of super glue on it. You rub that around on the inside there, and you let it dry. Just the tiniest little bit of super glue. That super glue will dry, and it'll give the inside of the propeller bite. It's kind of annoying to have to do that on a bunch of props, but I mean, with tiny props, you're not really changing them out often, so quit your bitching. Man, that fits on there really loose until you push it the last little bit of the way down. My guess is going to be that these props are going to want to fly off of here because these motors are going to make a bunch of power. But we'll see. We'll see here tonight. I think I should be able to get this thing up in the air. So this frame with these motors is going to go onto the FrSky build. I have another one of the ELRS Happy Model AIOs coming, so I can do a little bit more head-to-head stuff. This is this is the FrSky Mobula 6. This currently has these HGLRC AIOLS 25,000 kV motors on. I did find these to be way less powerful than the Happy Model 0802 25,000s. So I think I'm kind of done testing these motors, so I think I'll just pull this canopy off now and drop it in there. You know, these HGLRC motors, I betcha, so they have a couple different KVs. I think they have 19,000 kV. I know that they have 22,000, and then these are the 25,000s. This, I betcha, any amount of money, that HGLRC did not change the gauge of the wire on these 25,000s from the 22,000s. And I betcha that's why these 25,000s feel like ass compared to the Happy Model 25,000s. And I might be able to kind of confirm that by just looking at the thickness of the windings between these two. But no, I can't because they use a completely different, well, I don't know. It's not like a one-size-fits-all thing. You can run a thicker gauge of wire and do less turns. Yeah, so like the HGLRC motors don't have many turns on. Man, yeah, so that is almost certainly the case. On the HGLRC stator poles, there's a ton of extra space, man. There's a ton of air in between the stator poles, whereas the Happy Model 0802, those windings are fucking packed in there. That's what you want to see, man. You want to see windings like packed in there. The gauge of the wire actually looks, yeah. I was about to say it looks to be the same, but you can't judge that. Bottom line, these HGLRC 0802 25,000s are not. They're not going to give you the power of any of the other 25,000s. I'm tempted to leave them on this frame and like test them at Maggie's house, but man, there was a huge difference in power between these motors and the Happy models, and I think I'm just gonna yank them, because yeah, I tested them, they're not the right motors. The end. You know what I'm saying? They're not bad. They're just not as good. They're just not as good as the Happy models, or any of the other 0802 25,000s. To be honest with you, these seem like they have the least power. Jody Droid says, for a minute there, I thought CiottiFPV was going to start winding his own motors. No, people do that, but it ain't going to be me. Huff19 says, what's the consensus on direct soldering Whoop motors versus using the plugs? Is the hassle worth the return on performance, if any? I have not head-to-headed it, so I can't speak to it being worth it or not. It is such a pain in the ass to do that I'm really trying to not do it anymore. If I'm going to be on a... yeah, I mean, the Happy Model boards don't even have the pads, so you can't even do it on the Happy Model boards. It only becomes a thing with the Newbie Drone boards, and you can buy the Newbie Drone motor connectors, and a lot of these motors now have the PCBs on them, so you can just solder those direct on, and Bob has raped your uncle. Bob is your rapey uncle. So yeah, I'm not doing that shit anymore just because it sucks, and I just don't want to do it. But all that being said, there is almost certainly a performance difference. So yeah, if you have the time and or patience, it's not a wasted effort to do it. It just sucks because from like a serviceability standpoint, it blows. Like you no longer want to like replace the motors. Like, you know, with Cinewhoops, the fact that the motors plug in, it's like, oh, this motor's starting to get beat. Get rid of it. Unplug it, unscrew it, swap it out. 3 minutes later, you're good to go and your rig flies properly again. When you have the motors hard soldered, you're like, no, dude, I'm not fucking removing these motors. This is ridiculous. It took me 2 hours to get the goddamn thing soldered on. The last thing I'm going to do is pull it all the way apart and you know, schnarfle the Garthog. Tom got it, Workaholics. Jory got it as well. Metadirtskin says, you prefer that Happy Model canopy over the Newbie Drone one, or is it just about camera choice? It's both. The Happy Model camera and canopy are quite a bit lighter than the Goober canopy and camera, and this Runcam Nano is a much better camera. I actually left that up to the chat at one point. One Whoop Wednesday at Maggie's, I flew the Newbie Drone camera and then this back to back, and I was like, chat, which one do you guys like better? And all of chat said that they like the Runcam better, and I agree. So yeah, the Mobula canopy doesn't look as cool. It looks like an upside down ball sack, if I'm honest. But you know, not everything can be about looks. And the fact that it's lighter, that's a really big deal with Cinewhoop. So that's actually the biggest reason. Even if this Runcam camera was not as good as the B-Brain camera, I would still run this setup for the weight savings. So, yeah. I even bought an extra camera and canopy here, just to have. Although now, of course, I got all antsy and I was like, well, I could just build another rig, and then I ordered another one of these boards. So I'll either build another... What I should do is just hang on to that extra board. But what I'll probably definitely do is another build with it. Because I am still like trying to back-to-back stuff and trying to test stuff, so it would be nice to have another build to do more of this like head-to-head motor testing. And I want to do some camera testing and prop testing and shit like that. So having multiple identical builds really makes it a lot easier and a lot more accurate to do that, because the hardest thing about getting accurate test results is like the downtime when you switch from one motor to another or one propeller to another. So having multiple rigs, you can set them all up, land one, take the next one off. Yeah, June Loco says Nubidra and Plaid motors are pretty good too. I don't like anything that's less than 25,000 kV. Nothing really has the power for me. I haven't tried those Nubidra and Plaids, but I probably won't, just because the kV is just too low. Technically, there is a chance that, you know, that what we've been talking about before, right? Like it technically speaking, like a 22,000 kV motor, 0802, with windings that are packed in there on like a 4-blade propeller might be the hot shit. That might be like a super hot setup. But I don't know, man. I can't go down that lower kV rabbit hole, because then I'm going to want to test all of the 22,000 kV motors, and there are just way too goddamn many of those to test. So it would be, you know, does Newbie Drone have a 22,000, or do they just have a 20,000? If they have a 22,000, I might be willing to test them, because they already have the plug soldered on, and I would love to have like a more plug and play kind of setup that I can recommend. But I don't know, man. The Newbie Drone Acro B is an awful lot more expensive than the Mobula 6. The camera's not as good. The frame is way better. The board is arguably way better, although the racers don't like it. But who cares about racers? Yeah, I don't know. I think they have a 22,000 kV. Plaids are 22,000 kV, I believe June Loco says. Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, all kinds of nonsense. This is going to be a tough comparison. This first comparison I'm going to do is these 0702 30,000s on these biblades versus the 0802 25,000s on the Gemfan triblades. That is not all that fair of a comparison, but what we're going for here is like the ultimate freestyle Cinewhoop. So who gives a shit if it's fair or not? Like, all I'm shooting for is which one's a better freestyle rig, right? Like, so don't like, ugh, you know, of course the 0702s are going to make less power. They have a lot less stator volume. That's, Jesus Christ. Every time Patrick gets here, he runs his hands over the screen, and it fucking scares the shit out of the screen on the window. This fucking guy.
What is this? Trap.
Is it? Oh, wait till you guys see there's Cinewhoop gates everywhere right now. Patrick just was assaulted by the Cinewhoop gates that I have all over the place. So yeah, Michael D says, what about the RC and Power 1002 22,000s? They're not out yet. When they come out, I am going to get a set. They don't make any sense for these freestyle Cinewhoops. They make sense for a lifter. The tiny lifters might be good on those motors. I doubt it, because the Betaflight 1102s are not enough stator volume for the tiny lifters. as it is, so going down in stator volume makes no sense whatsoever. Although, you know, on Facebook, somebody from RC and Power said that they would make more power than the Betaflight 1102s, and you know, nobody ever lies on Facebook, so it must be true, right? Isn't that how it works? What up, Patrick? What are you doing?
What's up, dude?
Dranking?
Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah. Kevin Sumner says, I only see 20,000 kV in the Newbie drone plaids. God damn it. Now that you say that, I think you're right. I think they only make them in 20,000. Because I think I had... When somebody sent me a V3 Acro-B, and it had the Newbie drone 18,000s on it, and the motors were like really big and beefy, and they were also very heavy, but I was kind of looking at them like, I wonder if these have really big, really strong magnets in them, and I can maybe put a quad blade to get the power out of them. But they were still too low, way too low of a KV at 18,000. So I kind of thought, like, I wonder if Newbie drone has a 22,000. 22,000 might be enough where, you know, a big girthy bitch could be enough to make up for the lack of KV. And I think I remember looking and being like, wow, they really just don't have any of the higher KV motors. I have asked them over and over and over again to make the higher KV motors. And the basic response that I get is that they're kind of more catering towards new folks. So, yeah. I don't know, we'll see. 661 says the Betaflight 1102 is only 18,000 kV, so the 1002 22,000 probably does have more power at less weight. That's a really good point. The tiny lifters are on 2S though, so I have to motor scale them all down. So that difference in kV doesn't mean anything for me. All right, cool. So first up is 0702 30,000 kV on biblades with FrSky. So there is going to be a drastic difference in latency here between these two versus Express ELRS Happy Model board with a slightly heavier, better antenna on fresh Happy Model 0802 25,000s on the Gemfan triblades. That's our first test here. So let's get this going. Gotta get the monitor set up for you beautiful bastards. Get that going real quick here. I definitely didn't almost just fall. Oh! Yo, I fucking built that last night. Look at that thing. Look at that pusher.
The pusher.
I talked to Ryan Harrell about that being a pusher, and he said, yeah, it's more efficient as a pusher. He said he couldn't believe it for all the same reasons that we've always talked about.
Blown it yet?
Just half a battery before the battery, and then I had a battery let go and vent sitting right here for the first time ever.
Were you in the shower?
Nope, I was streaming. It was during this live stream.
Must have been a sketch.
I'm sitting here, it was. Talk, and I just hear...
It went up.
I just hear... And right away, I was like, oh, and I turned around and I saw it. It was on the other lipo bag. It was sitting on top, on the other lipo bag.
Not your extremely high pile carpet.
So I went over and sure as shit, one of the batteries is all ballooned up. I was like, oh! So I just unplug. I ran it outside. I put it down outside. I grabbed the lipo bag. I ran that outside. I put it back in the lipo bag. It's sitting out there on the table.
Right before you move out.
I know, right?
The place down.
First time ever in almost 6 years.
I've never had one go on a charger or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only ever had them go from prop strikes and shit. Okay, so the madness begins. Got a transmitter going here. And... Alright. Fam G FPV is in the house. What's up, Family Guyver? For anybody that doesn't know, that's Family Guyver. Fam G. Got to meet him in person last week or the week, I guess it was last week. which was very, very cool. Hope your the flight home and everything went well, my man.
Welcome to OpenTX.
All right. Yo, what you know about 30,000 KV? What do you know about it?
Fitting to learn, bro.
You know nothing. Fitting to learn.
Fitting to learn, bro.
Finna learn, bruh. Jerk.
Man, you can tell you build on streams because your shit is clean. People would mess with you if it wasn't clean.
Right? Why you build so shitty, bro?
Man, those solder joints are shit, man.
What are you, an asshole?
You must suck at flying, too.
Nah, man, you didn't know it makes you better at flying. These batteries are not charged. What the hell? Well, they should be as not charged as one another, but let's take a quick look. Oh no, we're good. 4.21. Oh, 3.88. That ain't gonna work. Hold on. Hold on. That needs to go back on the charger. 427, 426. There we go. All right, so I do have two that are, and I have a Weebleed that's charged up. Okay, great. So let me put this one back on the charger, and I'm gonna put one more on the charger, and it's gonna be another Weebleed. Okay, cool. So up first, I'm going to be able to hear. No, I'm not going to be able to hear the difference in power because they're on different propellers. So I'm going to have to pay attention. I should be able to tell a difference in power between these. We'll see. We'll see in a minute. Or the propellers will just fly off of the 0702s. I'm not totally convinced that that won't happen. So let's see what's better, Mega KV on biblades or less KV on tries. I have a feeling it's going to be tries, but you never know. Try to get this even for you, fellers. Hold on. Hold on. I'll get it focused in a second. Let me just get it set here first. Alright, there's that. And then we need to get focus set. Alright, perfect. So let's do the no, let's do the 30,000s. No, we'll do the 25s first. So this is old school, happy model, two-piece bell. 0802 25,000s on the ELRS. What's this called? Cinewhoop? Is that what it's called? We've got Pooer roof tap coming up. Yeah, right? Try not to hit Patrick in the face too many times.
Can't wait.
He can't wait. Alright. You guys can see, right? Yeah, you can. Let's see what's up.
Read the tries.
Ah!
Well.
Ah!
This help?
What? Ah! Ah! Roof tap!
Bouncy, bouncy.
Ah!
It's the same hit every time.
Yeah, this so guys, this is the Cinewhoop cube. Jesse sent me two, and I tied them together. Look at that, cool. I'm gonna get a bunch more, yo. These are really cool. These are really, really slick. Ah, yeah. This is This is the heat having two of these things together like this. Oh God, I'm wobbling, I'm wobbling, I'm wobbling. Trying to do the dive, there we go. Uh-oh. Alright, so I'm just getting a feel for these motors. This is what I'm used to, so this is like normal to me, basically. That's fun, man. This is a fun little... Yeah! Yeah, that's cool. That's cool having two of those cubes together like that.
You got that other one hanging behind it. Yeah, that's cool.
Uh-oh! This is dope. Uh-oh. Longboard trying to get me. Ah! Oh, so close. Oh, nope. Ah! Oh, right into the divider thing. Ah! Ah! Jesus. Oh my God. It's harder than you'd think. Oh God. Oh God. What's happening? There we go. Ah! Man, it's hard to get out of that dive. It's easy to get into it. There it is. All right, so we're coming towards the end of the battery here. Oh boy! How did it come in here?
Daddy, come home.
Low battery. All right, so we discharged the battery down to 304 minimum, total arm time 312, max current 10 amps. All right? Now, here we go.
17 hits.
Now, only 7,000 crashes. Now we go to the 30,000s. Let's see what's going on here. I am excited. Are you? Patrick, are you excited?
I'm pretty excited to see the hole in your roof it's about to create. Spitball ceiling spit to come down.
It should make a different sound. Like, we should hear it really wind up. Changing models. Changing models. ELRS turning off. I don't even know if these motors are going to spin the right direction. Well, it won't arm, so
Direction at all.
we're off to a bad start. Oh, there it goes. There it is. Nope, not spinning the right direction. Let's fix it.
Doors.
Let's see. They're in the right. The motors are definitely in the right locations. Here's the easiest way to tell. You just put it in turtle mode, and then if it makes thrust, it's wrong. So motor 4 is correct. 3 is correct. 1 is wrong. And 2 is wrong as well. 1 and 2 are backwards. Let's really quickly plug in, swap them, and we'll be good to go. Hopefully this is on 4.3, and I can just do it in Betaflight. But I'll bet you it's not. Awesome. Thank you for that, Kevin Sumner. I was hoping somebody would do that. Okay. And 1 and 2 need to get reversed. Oh my God, why? Here we go. What version are you on? 4.2? You jackass. Alright, hold on. I gotta hook it up to the laptop for a second to reverse those motors.
Back back in the early days when we were using Clean Flight, I must have built 3 or 4 quads where the motors were just all correct, and so I never had to learn
Right.
until that one time. And then they made it easy, you know. That's when you had to learn BL Heli. You had to learn.
Right.
Then you get into Falco, it's pass through shit.
Oh God. Kill yourself now.
Oh, it's still the sexiest quad ever.
Isn't it?
It's my favorite.
All right, going into ESC configurator, connecting, read settings.
Telemetry lost.
Motor 1 going to normal, motor 2 going to reverse, right settings,
And you broke it.
and good to go.
Telemetry recovered.
Okay,
Telemetry lost.
huzzah, motherfuckers. Let me make sure this is the right battery, and that it hasn't discharged down too badly. It's down to 4.21, so it's down a little bit, but should be okay. Should still be a pretty valid test. And this isn't the only time that I'm going to fly this these motors and props. So if I'm wrong tonight, I'll fly it some more and
Telemetry recovered.
cop to it as I always do. All right, so let's see. Let's see if the propellers stay on. They should. Maybe. Ooh! Oh!
Throttle curve.
Okay. All right. So it's way lighter. Oh my God! It's way lighter. This camera ain't loving life though. The hover point is wow. Okay. Hold on. Why is it okay? It's really hard to fly. This is the regular FrSky rig though. Wow. Okay. I'm pretty certain this makes more power. It does. Yeah, for sure it does. Oh my God! So there is a floatiness to this rig that I noticed with the other 0702s. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. So. Oh my God! Oh shit! Jesus. Wow. This is pretty.
Guys bringing it with their little responsive.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very different experience. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me check the up tilt for a second. This feels way different. Way different. Let me make sure it doesn't have too much up tilt. Wow, this is wild. This is fucking rips. Holy shit. Oh. Man. The weight difference is real. Oh. Ah! Oh!
Wow.
Hold on, let me make sure the throttle expo is set properly. So cruising around 29% throttle, 30% throttle, 35, 33, 32. All right, so hold on. Let me make sure that that this is set right. We're gonna go into, I think it's in rates. Yeah, throttle expo 30 is the value. Throttle mid is 35, so the midpoint is correct. All right, so we're good.
Throttle curves at all?
Say again?
Do you ever do a throttle curve?
Every single thing I have is on a throttle curve now. Believe it or not, everything. Sometimes, usually they're just little, but but at least some.
Yeah. did a lot more on the 2207s. I used to fly it a lot.
Right.
The resolution.
I think that this is harder to fly, which would make sense with the extra latency, but it also might be the power.
More fun to watch.
Oh, God. Ah! And it chewed through this battery. Well, no, the battery's still at 3.5.
I don't think you understand how quick that was.
It's just black. It's just no...
Dude, it just went
There's just no video at all.
way overconfident.
Where are you little bastard? Why is it just black? That's weird. It was sitting upright. Do I not have video? Oh, it's just pointing into the closet. It was right side up, pointing into the closet. And I was sitting there turtle moding it, like, ooh, why doesn't this work? Yo, these are mayhem. Oh!
Fucker threw it 30 feet. Cheers.
See where that went?
Yeah.
Oh!
Telemetry lost. RSS on. Telemetry lost.
Yay! Look at this chaos. All right, hold on. No. Okay, max current 46 amps. I don't think that's right.
Easy to be off.
Current sensor is definitely off on this. So, wow. Okay.
You know you had fun.
That's wild.
That was a lot more fun to watch than the first one, I gotta tell you.
You can tell?
Oh!
It changes direction quicker, right? It's a lot lighter. Let's get some weights because
I'm curious about the throttle curve versus the other because that really can change things up, right?
yeah, I need to check the throttle curve on the other one. Let's plug them both into Betaflight. We're gonna make sure that the
What about calibrating those current sensors?
yeah, that's a good idea too. That's a really good idea. Jesus. Okay. You can always motor limit these down. It's one of the things I really like about these 30,000s is that you can get them, motor limit them down, and then as you get better, or if you fly like a big spot with them, or like if you want to pick up a heavy payload or something like that, like an Insta360 Go or Runcam Thumb, you can do that. Jesus. That was... that is something else. What I think so when I first got the Happy Model 0802 25,000s, I couldn't fly them worth a shit. Like they were really hard to fly. I had to completely relearn how to fly acro inside. I'm kind of getting those same vibes with these. And what I think that speaks to is that they're just making a shitload of power. But yeah, let's get into Betaflight and take a look at a couple things. Make sure that these two rigs, there is a huge difference between these two rigs right now. And there was a huge difference before because they were on totally different motors. This one was on the HGLRC motors. The other one was on the Happy Models. So yeah. And now I've done the opposite. Now it seems like this rig has more power than the other one. Let me get caught up on chat real quick. Tommy Newton says, what's up? Denzel the Terrible says, $5 to hit Patrick square between the eyes. Reading the Wind says, what's up? Cruising my 7-inch out in my backyard while listening to this. Very cool. Kevin Sumner says, for later, 312, 304 volt minimum, 3.23, 10 amp max, 275 mAh used. Frank Nicholas says the first battery voltage was still dropping after the landing. Might want to get it on a charger. Thank you, dude. It's actually, it's not on the charger, but it will go on the charger. Good call. Alpha Slaw says I wouldn't know anything about that CiottiFPV. I only use Speedy B and it has the ability to change motor direction. Bob Noxious says, "What's up? Are those a 30,000?" They are. And Michael Blades says, "Hey, what's up?" 661 says maybe lower idle speed on the 30,000. Right. Let's get these guys plugged in and take a look. I'm gonna plug the ELRS rig in first because that's the one that I've actually like dialed in and spent time with and all that good stuff. And it's also the one that gave us the correct current readouts. 661 says, also curious if motor timing is set the same on both rigs. Usually set it to the highest. It should be set the same on both. Alright, power and battery. Do me a favor, chat. Scale 110. Somebody in chat just write this down. 110-10-1-1175-0. Type those in the chat for me. Type all those numbers in the chat for me. If you don't mind. Presets, fine. PID tune, fine. Let me check the... Okay, so throttle expo is a value of 30. Midpoint is 35. Rates are good to go. Filters are pretty aggressive in here. I got this max frequency set to 1,000. Okay. So I think this rig is pretty much good to go. Dynamic idle. Anti-gravity, I-term relax. Oh, well, this rig is on 4.3 too. This is a tough comparison. So all we're going to really compare is power between these two motors, which is really the one main thing that we want to compare. And like I said, I think I feel like there's a power difference. Let me put this auto scaling up to 100 to smooth it out a little bit. Yeah. All right. So that's that. Let's get the other one plugged in real quick here. So I'm now plugging in the FrSky one. This is the one that we did the really quick setup on the other night. So in theory, this isn't as well set up. 110, thank you, License to Drive. 10, 1, yeah, look at this scale, it's way wrong. 1175 and then 0. Okay, cool. So that, in theory, will fix that issue. I also need to change this warning cell voltage. That was screaming and yelling at me too early last time. Let me see what I have it set at on the other one. Just as a reminder, this is my full-time job. Head on over to CiottiFPV.com and just click all the goddamn buttons or I'll starve to death and die. You don't want that, do you? 2.9, 4.5, 3.2. 2.9, somebody type that in the chat, please. 2.9, 4.5, 3.2. And then capacity of 300. Plugging this one back in. And... Wait, nope, wrong thing. Oh, yeah. All right. So minimum was 2.9. Maximum was 4.5, I think. Warning was, I want to say 3.2. Capacity is 300. Let me just check it. 2.9, 4.5, 3.2. Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. All right. Camera seam's broken? Why is the camera seam broken? No, I just have a the monitor in front of it. You'll see in a minute. Blizzard FPV with a $2 Canadian super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, Toonie for your camera fund. It seems broken. Not broken. It's good to go. Okay. All right. And yeah, so this PID tune is also a lot softer. Cutoff of 10. And this is on 4.2. So the yeah, a little different. Motor output 100. Oh. Oh. Wait, no, bidirectional's on. I just didn't have the, I just don't have the dynamic idle set. What was it on the other one? It's going to be different on these motors, though. Let's get the dynamic idle set real quick here. With a Cinewhoop, you can do it with the props on. It's kind of cool. So the idle is set to 5.5. So we're going to come in here. We're going to spin this up to 1055. And then we're going to look at what the RPM is. So RPMs are dithering between 5,000 and 5,300. There's a 4,900. Get out of there, tooltip. There's a 4,800. So 48 to 53. So in the middle, we're going to call 5,000. And then you drop the last two zeros to give it a 50. And then you take 80% of that 50. So 50 times 0.8 equals 40. So that's our digital idle value is 40. Come back in here. And dynamic idle is 40. All right. Rates look fine. Filter settings. 1.2. I guess I'm running this at 4K, which is why I have this set to 500. Max frequency 1000. Good. 0 dynamic notches. Right. This is on 4.2. Okay, yeah, so we're good. It does have a dynamic notch, but it's just a single dynamic notch. Cool. The main things are set kind of right. Oh, this is on 4.2 though, so this RC smoothing is totally different. Well, again, we're just looking at horsepower and runtime, so we're still kind of good. Throttle boost, transition. Let me try this. Get RPM. RPM Q is at 1,000, so that's good. I'm gonna do get PID sum. PID sum is cranked all the way up. Okay, the main things are close enough to the same between these two. No, I'm not gonna upgrade it tonight. We got less than a half an hour left. Jesus, I'm pretty blown away by the difference in the way that these two things feel. I feel like I need to put another battery on each of them now.
Yeah.
To get this figured out. Patrick is
The second
awful
one was
excited
fun
about
as
that.
hell.
All right, so we got a battery at 4. We got a wee bleed at 419. We got another wee bleed at 415. Beautiful. Let's handicap the 0802 rig with the less charged battery. All right, so we're gonna go back up with the 0802 25,000s and see how they are. Here comes the monitor. Here comes the juice. Come on, monitor, you fuck. Come on, you dirty hoe. There we go. Alright, and there you guys go. Okay, 0802 25,000 is going back up. No changes.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Alright. Hingus. Here we go. Time to die, Tiny Whoop. Tiny Hoover. Ooh, the camera is way better on this one. Same exact camera. Come on. Are you too good for your home? Oh, nope, I gotta change the model. To turn on ELRS. There we go. Dude, that links up quick. I mean, this is what's familiar to me. So, this is tough.
Yeah, clearly.
This is a really tough comparison. Oh my god. Forgot how hard it is to fly in this little ass apartment.
Especially with a guy on a couch. Where somebody in chat dares you to hit him square in the face.
Ah!
Woo!
Coming in hot.
A little hung up.
No!
Wow!
That thing is hard to dive, dude. Ah! The gates look so big, but like, I kind of suck, so. No! No, no! What was that about? Oh, I just left it armed. Oh, I went through that gate and I didn't even know it. Yeah, I forgot to weigh these. This rig feels like 100 grams heavier. I'm really shocked at how much heavier this feels. Which, with FrSky, I'm really excited about flying these at Maggie's place because there is a chance that the extra weight could help, right? Like in the same conversation about 700-800 gram 5-inch rigs, that would have been cool if I could have actually landed that.
Get your nose up, Ciotti.
I missed it completely. Yeah, I don't know. It's racing tiny whoops is a whole different thing, right? As we've talked about. A bunch of times. Got through that upside down. What do you think of that, world? Ah!
Hey, little buddy.
Oh! Hold on.
Nicely played.
I'm trying to get through.
It's like as soon as it goes quiet, you know you have to be on throttle.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of the battery.
That's a lot of fun to watch. Never
Two-
get to watch it.
Right? Yeah, right. 249, 294, 336, 10 amps. Okay. Maximum ESC RPM 49,000. Although I think that only that's only accurate to the last time I disarmed. All right.
That's a good point.
Slightly less charged battery on them red rockets. Say again.
That's just a relevant statement, the RPM since last disarm, because you know you disarmed like 46 times.
That's new. That's a new OSD element too. I really like it. All right, what's up, Demo FPV? 0702 30,000s on the Gemfan biblades. Losing about 20 milliseconds of latency here. Or no, gaining about 20 milliseconds of latency here. Up tilt looks to be the same on both rigs. Here we go, slam right into the ceiling. Jesus!
Wow, ping pong.
Oh! Okay.
Jesus.
All right.
You
So
need a different throttle curve on this one.
that is there's a huge difference right there. Here's a huge difference, guys. Ready?
Jesus Christ! I fly these
Okay.
things. I know what to expect.
That's
Wow.
a big that is a that's fucking crazy right there.
Woo!
As
Get
that is.
yourself in a warehouse.
That is
Wow.
crazy. Okay, so in terms of acceleration, yeah, huge difference.
She bites.
I
She bites.
I think that they do have more raw horsepower, but like absolutely no questions asked. These accelerate much faster, which makes sense. They're much lighter. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're much lighter,
You have to trust it.
and the rotating assembly is also much lighter.
I'd like to see 3 packs. Jeez. You need some space. There's only like 6 feet in here.
Oh, I got through that gate backwards. Yo, these are fucking chaos. I'm pretty sure that almost. So when I just did that, Patrick. Hold on, I gotta tell Patrick something. When I just did that, I railed over here and I perfectly stalled it and looked back at you, and so I went, and then your head went. There was like a quarter of a second delay.
So much fun to watch.
Oh my god. Yo, these are wild. These are absolutely nuts. Yeah, these make more power. For sure they do. Even on the biblades. This might be the setup, guys, because like all this, like the extra, I've been wanting the extra power. I just have to, I think what's happening is I'm having to retrain my brain for the speed
I
that
wanna see
shit's
3
happening
packs.
with
I
these.
wanna see 3 packs through it.
Get off of there. I can't believe it did. Oh!
How's the battery?
Seems alright. Oh god, the ceiling again. Where am I?
Yeah, you're in the corner over here.
Okay, this is, I am just, I don't know what to say. This is crazy. These might need a little bit of motor limiting. There's a chance that this is too much. Look at it hop up through that. Look at this shit.
Smallest ass apartment ever.
Ever.
By the way. So,
All right,
you
so
open this thing up a little bit, give it a little room.
watch this, guys. Ready? See that tiny little, just like a split-second throttle blip, and it jumps all the way up to the ceiling through that gate? Oh, God! No. Leave me alone. There we go. Ah! The fucking yaw! Seeing Patrick's head just try to keep up with how quick this thing is really funny. Oh god. Alright, so let's do the down the hallway test. Ready for total madness, Patrick? Here we go.
Through both of them.
Here we go, friends. Ready?
Jesus.
Oh.
Yourself to the wall. You can just throw yourself through it.
Oh, the battery. Alright. Oh god, that battery just
Barely
really
made it.
shat the bed. The OSD elements are not the same, so we're oh man, I flew that battery way too low. It looks like these are using more, it looks like these are charging through the battery quicker. Go figure, they make a bunch more power. That's that's bananas.
Like the receivers keep it up.
I'm blown away. Yeah, right. we need a lower latency link. Okay, all right. So that's the 0702 25,000s. Do I have enough time? 9:44.
Hell yeah, you do.
Yeah, we're gonna get the 0802 30,000s with the triblades going as quick as possible here. I'm gonna miss chat comments. Repost them. Dingle the dangle
I'll chat you off.
for me, if you don't mind, friends.
You
Wow!
know, any relevant shit, I will
Wow!
regurgitate for you.
30,000 kV.
That was a lot of fun.
So I think it's safe to say that Happy Model did change the gauge of the wire on these 30,000 kVs, because that's just outrageous. That's a lot. Again, motor limiting, yo. If that's too much, just motor limit them down, and all is right with the world. Michael D says I had the same reaction to the Mobby Slicks ELRS 26007. Yeah, the 2600702s are great. Don't get me wrong, but with the Gemfan triblades and compared to these 0802 25,000s, they're a little bit less great.
It does look like an upside down ball sack.
Doesn't it? It's the ugliest canopy ever, but you know, who's buying a canopy for the way it looks? Jesus, that's okay. Wow. I'm gonna do another Cinewhoop.com order tonight, I think, because I am gonna obliterate those motors with that much power. I'm gonna need to have some extras. God, I don't quite know what just happened there. There was a shock and awe campaign launched, and
The props held on pretty good.
I am both shocked and in awe. Ooh, did they lift up at all?
None.
Nice. Okay, that is good news.
Oh wow, you got an Omni tucked in there.
Isn't that cool?
Look at you.
Tell me that's not the ultimate fucking tiny whoop.
That is awesome as hell. Wow. I use that on the glides. I love that. I love that.
I had to have True RC custom make that that length on the antenna.
Yeah, I was okay. Yeah.
To
Because it's UHM, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Isn't that wild? The difference between that
Jesus, you're
that
right in
antenna
there,
and
too.
a whip antenna is just
Yeah, no, I know.
just absurd.
Yeah, I know. It's arguably worth weight difference.
All right, so we're gonna put these into a fresh Meteor 65 frame. Just gonna leave that camera out of focus, guys. You don't really need to see
His pretty face.
the side of my head.
Look at that.
I cannot believe the acceleration on those motors. I am just
Flabbergasted.
shocked. You know, one time when I flew right at your face, I was like, "Oh!" It was just in the kitchen. It's just like, hey, we're cool, and I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. Just launch it. Lurches is what I can. It's so much fun watching it.
These 0802 30,000s. I wonder how these would be on a Mobula 7 with the big old 1.6-inch biblades. Man, I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen here. These are gonna make more power. I don't. This is ridiculous. This is gonna. The whole house is gonna catch on fire. I don't know what to do. These might be only for 75 mil motor rigs, maybe.
FamGFPV says, love it when you have a special guest. That's me.
Yeah.
Cheers to you, FamG.
FamG is Family Guyver, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, one of them's on. Oh, what's going to be annoying is they're not going to spin the right direction. That's all right. This one. Oh, I'm going to put this on the rig that's on 4.3. Well, wait, should I? Or should I put this onto the... I don't know what to do here, actually. I don't know if I should put these onto the... Swap these for the 0702 30,000s or swap these for the Happy Model 0802 25,000s. I guess I should swap these for the Happy Model because I think what I want to figure out tonight is who's got the most power. But these are obviously going to have more power. Shit, I don't know which one to put these on. I don't know which canopy to put these with. Man, I really wish that I'd ordered that other Happy Model board a couple days sooner so that it would be here. It would be really nice to have a third one of these.
Ooh.
I know, right? Looks so sad like that. I almost took it back because
Still very capable.
at that at that one gig. Oh! Speaking of, nobody screen record this and
Yeah, say it really early.
and play it on the internet. Here's the gig that I did with the Bulldogs, the Georgia whatever the hell Bulldogs. What's that college in Athens? GSU, Georgia State University, I think it is.
There's that one as well. Athens is Georgia, isn't it? Just the University of Georgia in Athens.
I don't know. Look at this guy's face.
Georgia State's here in Atlanta.
Look at this, friends.
ATL Shouty. Screen capture enabled.
I don't think there's any more of my footage in here, actually.
Well, there should have been, especially through the weight room.
Yeah, I did a lot in the weight room.
Because that whole thing right here, this whole thing right there, could have been way more interesting.
I know, right? I was kind of shocked that they didn't use some of the weight room footage, but it was a pretty quick spot.
Yeah.
Um,
One of those filler jobs, you know.
yeah.
Nice.
But that little intro,
That little intro, yeah.
I really dig the intro.
Yeah, no, it matters. Because, you know, it's just like when somebody has something cool that they play in an instrument or something they sing, if you overdo it, it sucks.
Yeah.
So if you
100%.
throw too much FPV in one video, man, it can really start to wear on you.
It's, you know, I've really enjoyed watching. Oh wait! Thank you for the reminder, 661. I've really loved seeing how editors have used my footage. Like I'm fascinated by that. You know what I mean? It's just because like some people have used it bad.
I know, right? And or limited. Very so limited.
All right, so the Happy Model 0802 25,000 kV rig is 21.5 grams. The 0702, Jesus, 18.4 grams. Good Lord. Okay, so that is a lot of what I was feeling. A 3 gram weight difference. So
What's those dry weight on there? You got the reduction in prop weight too, right?
21.5. Yeah, totally. 21.5, 18.5. Hey, can somebody scale that up to a 5-inch? 3 gram difference. Yeah, somebody in chat will know how to figure this out. 18.5 grams versus 21.5. Scale that up for me to 600 grams. Is that a 50 gram weight difference? I think it is. I think that's a 50-ish. It's 13%, Kevin Sumner says. So what's that mean? I can't math. 13%, that's 13 grams every 100 grams, so 13 grams times 6. Wow. 78 grams.
Yikes.
Holy shit. Okay. So that's
like a GoPro and then your 3D mounts and your prints and everything.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the weight of a session. So oh shit, that's the difference flying with and without a session. That's kind of what it felt like.
Mount, yeah.
Wow.
But the battery still burnt, of course.
The battery still went to shit, but I could definitely motor limit down. Like they were making a lot. I think that's too much power for the apartment here.
You were pretty. The scaling was in the room size.
That's a lot. Jesus. So here's the workaround for that. If you want the 0802 power, but you want that lightness, all you got to do is buy the EXs, the Happy Model EX, which you can get from Cinewhoop in this same KV. They are the same weight. I think they're actually a little bit lighter than the 0702s. That is not what I'm installing right now. Right now I'm installing the full can 0802s. I got these instead of the EXs because Jesse very specifically said that these are way more durable. He said that all of his testers complained about the durability of the EX 0802s. You guys in chat have also complained about the durability of the EXs in that they throw magnets. At Rampage, I had one of these full can 0802s throw a magnet. So these are not immune to that, but yeah, everybody is kind of saying that those EXs are, yeah. So it's not 18 grams with an Omni. It's 18 grams with this shitty ass little wire antenna that the old school FrSky Mobula 6s came with. If I put a
those aren't even the TBS ones. Those are just the old dipole like.
Yeah, so the FrSky rig is in like ultra lightweight, shitty quality kind of configuration right now. So it will gain a little bit of weight, but not that much. I mean, fuck, that's 3 grams. It might gain a gram. I doubt it would be that much. I bet you it'd be a little bit less than a gram. So what do we put it in? The ELRS? Or, I mean, I've already flown it. I know what the deal is.
I'd like to see that
let's
phone
put
in a
it
bigger spot, for sure.
Let's put them into the same. Let's do the same head-to-head test that we just did, but with the 30,000s versus the 25. So let me pull apart the 0702 rig. Reason being is that it's. I don't know what's a better what's a better comparison, but this is what I'm going to do because I just said that I'm going to do it. I think what I'm most curious about right now is whether they change the wire gauge, and that's going to be pretty obvious here if I compare the Happy Model 0802s to the Cinewhoops, because they're roughly the same weight, although the Cinewhoops should actually be a little bit heavier because it's a one-piece bell, but it should just be fractionally heavier. Yeah, this is a good test. This will be the test. And then when that new ELRS board comes, yeah, this is perfect, because when the new ELRS board comes later this week, I'm going to put that onto this 0702 frame because I need the lower latency of ELRS with these unbelievably responsive little 0702 30,000s. All right, so coming apart. Athix says lack of power. What's lack of power, Athix? Give me some context, brother. There probably is context in the chat, but I'm trying to get this knocked out so I can get this stream ended at 10. It's 2 minutes before 10. Stream ending at 10. That's okay. All right. Here we go. Get this guy down here. I got to figure out what direction all the motors are spinning, and then we will fly. Okay. There we go. Yo, them big tall ceilings in the house. Ooh, these 0802s are gonna gobble that 25-foot ceiling up. I'm gonna hang some gates from those wood tiles up there.
That's gonna be perfect.
Ooh. I'm trying to think of like a clothesline situation I can.
You can also take it downstairs like Burns does. Nick Burns, you know, he always takes it downstairs during his flights.
That downstairs is gonna have 100 of those.
Yeah. So you have the upper for
gates.
flipping, and then you have the lower for precision flight.
Yep. Oh, dude, check these out. On that.
I was looking at what is the
on that
the
box
fillers?
frame.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting how we go back and forth, isn't it?
Athix says I can fly a baby tooth better inside than a whoop.
3D printed.
That's weird. I can never fly anything that's heavier. I always have more of a hard time flying it inside than anything that's lighter. So for me, inside it's all about weight.
Wow. Yeah.
What is happening? Is this stripped? Don't be stripped. That's not stripped. I just didn't tighten it worth a shit. Okay, that's good. I need to plug these motors in. And then I can almost kill Patrick again.
That's on the table.
What I should have actually done is switch these all the way. I should have taken this FrSky AIO and put it with the OG Happy Model 0802 25,000s, because that's how it comes. So I'll probably do that after this. But what I like right now is that I'm kind of handicapping these Cinewhoop motors with the more latent AIO. So if I still like these better than the ELRS rig on the 25,000s, that'll say a lot. So yeah. All right, motors are plugged. I need some props. We got high left, high right, high left. Now we're gonna use this high left and a blue high right. What's that?
Fuck this guy.
I know, right? It's a girthy motherfucker.
Come on.
Okay, so props going on.
Such a satisfying sound. Don't you wish you could just leave motor direction alone and change the prop direction? It'll know soon. I mean, like, remember anti-Taz? Remember when that shit came out for the first time?
Yep.
Do they even still call it that?
I need high left. They do.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
do we
high
still
left.
call it that? But before that, you just killed people. But now you have a chance. Soon, I think it's gonna realize, hey, I'm not going the fucking right way. Nobody would want me to go this way.
They'll achieve pretty soon. They'll
Pretty
achieve
autonomous.
sentience.
Yeah.
What do I need? A high.
Having it in 4.3 now, having motor direction change up. And,
What a
yeah.
fucking gift.
I mean, come on.
What an absolute gift that is.
Finally went digital. I feel like it came off the.
It's the only reason why I go to 4.3 at this point.
You mean it's not the presets?
The presets are nice, but the PID tuning in 4.3 is very strange. I've still not really come to grips with the
I only did the nightly stuff.
way
I
that
never did
4.3 tunes.
I haven't even. Once it took my one glide and pissed all over it, I was like, yeah. Back to 4.29, and I've been there.
Wait, what happened to that glide again? I
Waiting.
forget.
No, it's okay. That's all right. We don't talk about it anymore.
Was it just getting hot? Did
I
it
don't
put it in
want
the
to hate.
ocean?
I don't want to hate 4.3 because I did a nightly build on it.
Well, wait, but what happened? Tell me.
I don't want to talk about it.
Tell me. He's scarred.
I did so well. I have a hard time changing firmwares. You change firmwares. You're like, oh look, this and that and this. No. I change firmware. That's a serious thing. So I take it very seriously.
Yeah.
Fuck around. I enjoyed working in the new one.
Right.
And I knew I was early. But Bardwell was like, no, it's cool. It's cool. And then what started disappearing early on? Remember, what started disappearing? Was it motor poles or something like that? You'd set your...
4 is wrong.
I don't remember.
4 and 2 are wrong.
Reset 4 and 2.
Is this the rig? Of course not. This is the rig that's on 4.2. Balls! 4 and 2 are wrong. Coming at you.
Got you.
Coming directly at you.
Come on. Oh yeah, the laptop situation.
4.2. Wait, no. 4 and 2.
420, 4.2, 4 and 2, it's over. Got no chance.
None. Alright. And...
What am I looking at?
ESC-configurator.com.
Never been.
What did I say? 2 and 4? 2, changing that. 4, changing that. Right settings. Yeah, that's how you put Blue Jay on.
I have never been to that site.
It's really nice. It just works.
I'm always fucking around the GitHub trying to find my way around.
Stumbling through GitHub.
Looking for a link on someone's video. So terrible.
Okay, 2 tattoo batteries. Let's check the voltage. 3.77. Why is that one not charging? 419. Let's see if I have another one that's roughly 419. 426. God damn it. 425, 426, 419. Do I have one more on the charger? I do. Let's see where this one is at. It's probably going to be even worse. 425. Okay, great. 425. 425. Perfect. These 2 batteries are good to go. These can all go to hell. Okay, here we go. 30,000 kV. Yeah.
Target back on the couch.
25,000 versus 30,000. Not quite. 25,000 kV 0802s that are the old school 2-piece bell design. That's going up first. Versus single-piece bell 30,000 kV. The rig that's going up now is going to be a little bit heavier. Let's really quickly actually look at all up weights. Super quick like. And 0802 25,000s, 29.9 gram, 30 grams versus 28.8. So a full gram difference. We're flying the heavier rig with lower KV first. What could go wrong? Monitor coming up. And get that going. Athix, I have seen the Source 1 V5. I haven't, I don't really care about it, to be honest. TBS can go to hell. I like their products, but that's where it ends. Okay, battery warning, FrSky. Nope, I need to switch over to Crossfire to drive ELRS. Crossfire is just the name of my model. Okay, let's do it. OG rig just to get dialed again. Ah! Yeah, I am so much more comfortable with this rig, it's unbelievable. Oh God!
You get saved.
Not really, but can you help me? I'm stuck. Look at the max ESC RPM, 32,516. That's on a relatively fresh battery. Oh, the other rig doesn't have that OSD element though. So, oh fuck. Oh, this is gonna be. I'm in a rough area right now, friends. I'm in a rough area.
I'll say so. You were flying for a hot minute there.
I was trying to inch my way out of there. All right, here we go.
We got to chase it.
Ah. Ah. I can't believe how hard it is to hit this as a dive gap. Oh, I hit the gate. Patrick is now turning his head in anticipation. Ah! Yeah! I just wanted to get it out.
Yeah. Oh, that was sick.
I've been trying to get that all night.
Oh, that was sick too. That was clean. That was clean. It takes a little time on a battery.
It does. Ah! Ah! Nope. Can't get it.
Pilot woes, you know?
Need help. Max ESC RPM 31,000. All right, ready? Ah! God damn you!
Son of a bitch.
I'm good. It's gonna be fun. Oh, oh, oh! Oh, I'm in the sink. Oh no! All right, I'm good. Holy shit! I didn't realize I was in the sink.
Woo! I'm out of here.
Oh! Ah!
You gotta watch it. I gotta record this. It's fantastic.
Well, the next rig that I'm gonna fly,
I won't be able to keep tabs on that one.
yeah, is gonna be the most powerful thing in the world. This is sagging the shit out of this battery already. Oh, I missed it. Ah! Yeah, this battery is sagging like crazy. Although we're about to see the sag monster of all sag monsters. 3 minutes and 5 seconds, 311 minimum battery, 341 battery at the moment, 10 amps max current from the last time I disarmed. Max ESC RPM 48,433. Here we go. Last battery of the night, and then we're shutting this motherfucker down. This is Cinewhoop 0802 30,000 on Gemfan triblades. This is almost certainly going to be too much. But only one way to find out. On 4.2, old school FrSky. Change my model real quick. And time to look like a terrible pilot. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh! Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh! Oh! This apartment just got a lot smaller.
Yeah, but you're cleaner. Wow!
Ooh!
Wow!
Jesus
Wow!
Christ.
Batteries not included?
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Oh, God!
Wow!
So,
Wow!
it doesn't have... Jesus Christ. It doesn't have the acceleration of the 0702s, but my God, does it ever have the power. Wait, let me try to do that straight up thing. Ooh! Yo, that's...
I'm scared to watch.
Oh God, it's yeah, that's a lot. It seems totally fine with the tri-blade Gemfans too. Woo! Shit. Oh! All right, so let's. Here's what I really like about the big, powerful Cinewhoop motors, guys. Ready? 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 That kind of shit, like those big. I almost got him.
The reaction time,
I almost
baby.
got him.
The reaction time.
Oh shit! Ready? All right, here we go. Oh God! Oh, fuck! It really moves. Oh God! I think these motors would do better picking up a little bit heavier of a weight, maybe. All right, let's do the full speed. Let's do the full speed fucking tunnel run. Oh my God! Doesn't seem to be murdering the battery that bad. Man, I can't. I hit the center part of that. Man, it definitely idles. It definitely cruises at a lower
It seems like it's happy.
throttle.
Wow! He's going for it, huh?
Just going after it. Through the bottom. Down through the top. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. This is. Now we're. Woo! Not in the sink. Almost in the sink. Oh man, this is this is nuts. All right, low battery warning, and I almost hit myself. 2 minutes and 52. Like that's fucking fine. 294 minimum, 301 end. I guess we did run the battery down a little bit lower. Max current 9 amps. Holy crap. Wowee.
That was fun too.
I gotta be honest. I think I'm the most impressed by the 0702s. The 0702s being lighter weight like that is.
But did you think a biblade would run like that?
No, I did not. I'm really blown away by the biblades. I wonder if the biblades. I wonder if another reason that the 0702s were harder to fly is that the biblades are less grippy. But I don't fucking buy that on a Cinewhoop because there's because there's the duct. You know, like the duct is gonna slow this thing down. I don't really know if the number of blades. That was definitely 661 just said looks more comfortable. Yeah, this was definitely like more comfortable to fly just now. But it still has the same amount of power, I think, which is kind of wild. More testing is needed. Do I have one with? Here's one that's at 418. Let's do. I was just starting to kind of get into it on that little cube. Let's get back into it on that cube for a second here. Got a little bit of life in this battery. Jesus, I'm impressed by these 0802 30,000s. I gotta be honest. That was definitely more flyable than the 0702s.
That's worth a few hundred.
Oh, Christ.
We all knew you wanted to be there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right, that shit.
Oh, shit. All right, let me concentrate.
Drew head to head, that's now.
I wonder, it very well could be more comfortable because this is the all-up weight that I'm used to. Or the 0702s might just be too much of a power-to-weight ratio. It might just be over the line of what's possible with 41-year-old reflexes. Say again, Patrick?
A little too girthy.
A little too girthy. All right, let's get in on this fucking cube, though. Oh! So close. Oh my god, okay. Ugh. This apartment, very small. Very small. There we go, we're getting there. Ah!
Nice.
Oh, almost. We were getting there.
Got it.
Balls. Woo! Oh my god, the Athix is calling them meth motors. I would call the 0702s the meth motors. Oh, that would have been sick. Oh, I lost video. Oh, I hit so hard I lost video. Oh no. I just went full fucking throttle to the wall. Oh, balls. That was a mean thing to do. That might be the end of it. Friends. What the hell was that? I was not lined up properly. Let's see if video comes back. Oh boy. Video is not coming back. I think I broke it. Oh. God damn it. Oh, boo. Wow. That was
all for you viewers.
Yeah, this is for you guys.
All for you.
That was
back to Whoop Wednesday next week.
That's a brand new Mobula 6 FrSky board too. Jesus. And that's the AIO blowing up. That's not the camera blowing up. Jeez. Yeah, VTX on the camera died. Or on the AIO died. Yikes.
That sucks, dude.
You
You and your AIOs.
There it is. AIO life. Damn it.
We'll happily sell you another one. Happy model.
Oh boy. I'm just poking at the AIO. Maybe something just needs to be poked. Maybe it just needs some poking. All right. Poking at it. Poking at it some more. One last try. Let's see. Nope, she dead.
That's fucked up.
Wow. I'm assuming it spiked. It had a voltage spike because I hit the wall at absolute full force. Damn. Okay. Well, there you have it. That board was not the best for testing because of the difference in latency anyway. So like for us just tonight trying to figure out, full throttle horsepower, basically, it totally worked fine. But I've got one of the ELRS Happy Model Mobula 6 boards coming, so I'll have 2 identicals. And I've got a newbie drone build that's going to go together as well. So we'll be back up to 3 freestyle Cinewhoops in no time. Thanks for hanging, friends. I know I missed a bunch of chat things, but I had a lot I wanted to get through. So see you guys on no stream on Friday. No stream on Friday. I will be out with the family doing family things. So I'll see you guys on maybe Saturday. Definitely not Saturday. Sunday. See you guys Sunday at 3 o'clock. Thanks for hanging. CiottiFPV.com. If you like this content and want to see it continue, love you guys. Be good. Here comes some flying. If the flying that you just got wasn't enough. Or the computer is going to shit the bed. Bobby Bag says, how do you think that happened? I think it was a voltage spike, no capacitor life. Athix says, who did you get it from? It was either Weirdo with a skateboard or I think it was Weirdo with a skateboard that sent it to me. Very cool of him. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna have to leave stuff unread in the chat. Sorry guys, I love you. Be good. Here's some flying. I gotta roll. Later!